Scamming people that have cancer, you have to be one of the worst human beings on the planet Earth. I just got done watching this brand new limited series on Netflix called Apple Cider Vinegar. This is starring Caitlin Dever. She plays Belle Gibson in this. And this is all about Belle Gibson. This is a actual person. This is based off a true story that's based off a lie. I like how they kind of re-reference that throughout the whole entire series. Didn't know about the story. I probably did know about the story, but just didn't really pay attention to it. It happened in the 2010s. But man, this is a fascinating story. So we focus really on four main characters here: Belle, Milla, Lucy, and Chanel. This story, however, is all about Belle and how these characters cross paths with Belle in some way or another. You know, we get a lot of Belle's backstory and just her kind of upbringing, and to kind of give you a sense of what type of character Belle is she is a narcissist. She is an egotistical maniac. She is very self-absorbent. Just some of the worst character traits that you could have in a person. Belle represents that to a fucking T. I like how this whole entire series starts off where you have Belle kind of explaining her case to this dude named I think his name was like Hecht or something like that. He's kind of like a guy to help manage her image and stuff like that, whatever. But pretty much Belle, you know, doesn't really have any friends. She doesn't know how to make friends, but she's going to use social media. And this is when like Instagram was just now becoming a thing, and she's taking advantage of the whole wellness situation because two other characters actually have cancer, where she was faking her illness, faking that she had this brain cancer situation and saying that she had 4 months to live, and she pretty much survived. So she kind of uses that to kind of gain popularity, gain followers. She also has a son that she doesn't really give a fuck about. And you really see early on in the series and how much of a manipulator and a liar Belle is, even to the fact that she's willing to lie on her baby dad to make it seem like he's abusive, so she can set things up with her and Clyde and just use Clyde to take care of her son while she goes out and does her thing. But what she wants to accomplish mainly is to get this app going called the Whole Pantry, where there's this wellness app, and it gains so much traction. It's, you know, even being used in Apple products and stuff like that. She's just really booming. And like I said, she's taking credit for other people's work, just kind of just using people in different ways. So then Milla comes into play, and I kind of see her more as like a rival almost, but also Belle kind of looks at her as inspiration and competition at the same time. They have very similar paths, but I will say that Milla actually cared about helping people, you know, because she had like these bumps on her arms that were like cancerous, and they wanted to amputate her arm. And any human being, you know, would be freaked out by this and would try to find some other options. And this led her down the path of going to juicing and using these like holistic kind of methods for treatment not knowing that these are going to have long-term effects down the line, negative effects, I should say. And so she goes down to Mexico with her mom, Tamara. Tamara's mom just passed away also from cancer. And that was a whole sad story to see that kind of play out, because she was so trusting of her daughter. She followed her every step of the way, and that led to her demise as well. She started to get sick. But I really like with Milla's character is she, at the end, took accountability for what she did, and she also wants to kind of get revenge or get back on Belle, because Belle's kind of trying to use her tragedy and others like Milla and Lucy and trying to profit off of that. Which brings in Chanel's character. Well, she has an important role. I definitely feel like she has the most underutilized story, because she goes to Justin, that's Lucy's partner. He writes for the paper, he writes for this paper. So now they work together in the background trying to get as much information to kind of bring down Belle, because her influence and this app is getting a lot of people hurt, killed. A lot of people have to lose family members or are just being scammed out of money. And where Belle really fucked up at is the charities. That was the one glaring thing. And the interviews that she would do, anytime somebody would be talking about reporters or journalists, especially her mom knows everything about her, even to the fact that she told Clyde, she used to take acting lessons when she was a kid. She was really good at it. So that kind of gives you a hint right there that she's always been a pathological liar since she was young, and she pretty much gets it from her mom, It's a lot of dysfunction there. But then we get to Lucy, and I really like Lucy's character as well, where she kind of takes the more spiritual healing route. She takes a similar route to Milla, but her journey is interesting too. The love story that she has between her and Justin was really dope. And I like that most characters pretty much gets somewhat of a happy ending. Unfortunately, Milla, after she kind of owned up to her bullshit, she ended up passing away because she ended up using some stuff that she shouldn't have been putting on her skin that kind of made the cancer spread. And she was just better off getting her arm chopped off. She would have probably survived, but due to her fear of dying, she tried to just kind of go a different direction. And that was kind of like the overall theme of this series, is just people's mortality. And some people will do whatever they can to just profit off of those type of people, because they know that they are very vulnerable to getting scammed like that. Overall, I thought this was a really dope mini-series. It's only 6 episodes long. I was sad. It's very fucking depressing. And I wish the worst for Belle, because she not once took any accountability for her bullshit, even though there were times in this series where you feel like, does she actually feel sorry? Does she feel remorse? But then she'll double down and say she got more cancer and stuff like that. I just think this was a really dope series. It had a lot of sad moments. I got a little choked up. It had its fun moments. it's a really dope human story. If you got around to checking this out, let me know your thoughts. These are just my thoughts on this series. I thought it was pretty dope. Really sad. Till next time, I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.